Hello everybody, welcome to the channel. So for today I'm going to channel some messages about your love life, and for that I sort of pre-shuffled and prepared these cards and pulled some cards that are going to represent the context when it comes to your love life, and in that way you're able to see if this video resonates with you, and I am able to see what's going on behind the messages that I'm going to channel today. So first of all, I'm going to start with these three cards on at the top. um, Basically, the energy that I'm getting from you is that you are at peace at the moment. You have this very calming energy, or your circumstances are really calm and peaceful at the moment. I'm getting that because of that you're able to relax more and be able to focus on other aspects of your life that you were not able to focus on before, because there was a lot of like stuff going on. And yes, you're having like a little bit more of a break at the moment. That's what I'm getting. And that energy is also reflected in the connection between you and another person. That's what I'm getting. At first, at the beginning of the video, I was going to say that you could be single or you could be in whatever sort of relationship or status you sort of are. The main energy that I mean is that you're at peace. But I would say that for most of you, this message is for people that are in a relationship at the moment. So yeah, that's sort of the context or the message that I'm getting. So, and I'm reading that you are currently connecting with this King of Cups. I see you as the Queen of Pentacles, and I'm getting this idea of like your connection is also in a moment of peace and being in and at a calming sort of point. But yeah, that's sort of the energy that I'm getting. When it comes to you, as I said before, because your connection is at peace at the moment and your circumstances as well, you're able to focus on yourself and your own stuff, is what I'm getting. From what I'm getting, you're not really focusing on this connection. You're focusing on your own things. And on the other hand, we have the King of Cups that is really like watching you, or like really seeing this connection. um, so I would say that the King of Cups is sort of investing more energy into the connection than you. That's sort of the energy that I'm getting. And then I have these four other cards that sort of were sort of added along the way. So we have these two cards sort of representing your energy, and then we have these other two representing the King of Cups situation, context, energy. But yeah, when it comes to you, as I said before, you're currently focusing on your own growth. Could be, I'm getting more of personal growth. You're really focusing on learning more about yourself, and you're really looking at opportunities to, as I said before, learn more about yourself and also to work more on yourself. That's the energy that I'm getting from you. So the main thing that you're working on at the moment, I would say, has something to do with insecurities or like fears that you have. Could be insecurities that come from this connection, or could be insecurities in general that you may have noticed recently that you're currently working on and being conscious of, to be able to heal. That's what I mean. So you're being more conscious about yourself, your behaviors, your actions, and taking all of that information to analyze, I would say, more yourself, in that way be able to understand yourself, and based on that be able to see what needs to be retouched, maybe, or if maybe there are some sort of patterns that maybe you would like to change in the future, or would like to, yeah, or maybe it's something that you, or maybe patterns that you are just now realizing that you have, and you're able to learn more about yourself. But basically, that's what I'm meaning. So I see you here in this sort of position of observing your fears, observing your insecurities, and working on that. Um, Mostly observing, that's what I'm meaning. You're not really in an active sort of energy, but you're really conscious and observant of yourself. That's what I'm getting from you. And when it comes to this King of Cups energy or situation, it's sort of the same. But what's interesting is the fact that you are more focused on your inner worth, or like, not inner worth, your own inner world, while your person is more focused on their outer world. That's what I mean. So you both have this idea of observing the conflict, or observing fears, insecurities, patterns, just being observant of other things, or of, in your case, being observant of yourself and your own behaviors, and in your person's case, they are being observant of their outer world, in the sense that they are being observant of the groups of people that they hang out with, for example, or co-workers, whatever it is. They are being more observant of actions of other people. That's what I'm getting. So there's some sort of like mirroring, or like similar aspects, but from different angles. Um, but there's this idea of you both learning and healing at the same time. That's what I'm getting. Just from different situations or from different circumstances, but you're both growing together. That's the idea that I'm getting. And because we have the Queen of Wands and the Two of Wands here, I'm getting the sense that you're more advanced, or like, yeah, you're more advanced. Like, maybe you started this journey before your partner, or before this King of Cups, and because of that we have this sort of like difference between you two. But yeah, you're both growing together. That's the idea that I'm getting. So yeah, I'm getting that is also why this connection is at a pause, or like being calm or peaceful, is because now that your connection is at peace, now you're able to focus on your own stuff, on yourself, on your outer world, in the case of the King of Cups. But that's sort of the overall energy that I'm getting. So yeah, this King of Cups here with the Five of Wands, there's some sort of conflict, or there's been some sort of conflict recently, or like in the recent past, between people around your person, that made them realize, I'm going to pull some cards. But basically, yes. So I'm thinking just as an example, let's say that your person has a specific group of friends that they usually hang out with, and recently they realized something new about them. Maybe one of the friends of the group or the whole group started, I don't know, maybe they did something that this King of Cups was not really something that the King of Cups did not want, or like does not approve of. There's something about people around them, or a specific group of people within their social groups, that sort of disappointed them, or like opened their eyes about something. There's something about that. Yes, I'm seeing here with the word here. I'm reading that there seems to be some sort of like ending of a cycle. Some sort of ending of a cycle. So maybe here's the thing: the specifics could vary from person to person, but the overall message that I'm reading is that your person is working on themselves through this group of people that created some sort of conflict, and they are learning something about themselves and learning something about this group of people that they were not aware of. And that realization and that sort of that thing or aspect that they are conscious of now seems to have opened some sort of path towards closing a cycle, or like stopping a specific pattern about themselves. For example, I'm trying to think here. I do not want to put like a very extreme example because it's not necessarily that, but just to be able to represent the energy more. I don't know, maybe your person realized that a specific group of friends of theirs are not really a group of people that they vibe with, because maybe they recently done something that the King of Cups does not really approve of, and now that their eyes are open, they are able to see or analyze more about themselves, like why did I end up with this group of people, or why did I accept this sort of behavior, something like that. And because of that, they are able to see patterns about themselves, and because of that they are able to open the possibility of ending those patterns, or being able to stop those patterns. That's what I'm getting. And I'm also getting that you may also resonate with what I'm saying, but from a different sort of angle, or maybe similar angle. But there's this idea of like being conscious about new aspects of yourself that are able to are enabling you to see patterns about yourself or about your actions. That's sort of the energy that I'm getting from both of you. So I would say that the world would be here, but so yeah, I'm going to pull some cards of advice. Okay, so now I pulled some cards to get a little bit of advice from Spirit for you, my viewer. So with the Hierophant here, one of the tips that I would say is just guidance. You don't have to take it if you don't feel like taking it, or if you did not thought about that. But yeah, with the Hierophant here, I'm getting this message of maybe it would help you to get guidance or some sort of like maybe therapy or guidance or tips from other people, advice from other people. But I'm getting this idea of like guidance from a professional person. um, it would help you. uh, Maybe you are doing all of this work alone, or there's some aspect about your life that you're working completely alone. And what I'm getting from the Hierophant here is that you don't have to do it alone. You can ask for help from other people, from other professionals, or from friends, from whoever it is. Could be about this thing that we were talking about, your personal growth. In that case, it could be a therapist, for example. But if it is another aspect, like for example work, maybe delegating tasks to other people, in the case that you're working alone, for example, there's something about that. Reaching for help could help. So yeah. And then we have the Two of Swords here. What I'm getting from these two cards is that the way that you're analyzing yourself, or the way that you're analyzing or approaching stuff in general, in this journey that we were talking about your personal growth, I'm getting that there's a tendency that you may already be aware of, but Spirit wants to remind you that maybe you have a tendency of categorizing yourself into two boxes, like either this or that, black or white, or like yes or no. There's this idea of like limiting yourself between two options, when in reality you're like a mixture of many aspects at the same time. But yeah, that's sort of what I'm getting, one of the messages that I'm getting, that could help you when it comes to seeing yourself and seeing your fears. uh, there's this idea of like it would help you to understand yourself in more complex ways. That's sort of what I'm getting. So yeah, those are the messages for you. Hope it resonated. You're doing great, basically. But yeah, wish you the best of lucks. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.